Hi there, ladies. This is Elise here. It is Manic Monday, and I wanted to do a video quickly about sponsoring. We're focusing a lot of sponsoring for the season because it is one of the best seasons. Actually, it is the best season to be signing up as a stylist and just to be having shows. But also because we just did that big focus last month in October for sponsoring. And from having conversations with sister stylists as well as stylists on my team, as well as reading posts on Facebook and seeing the theme, I felt that it was necessary to address the perspective of us as stylists when we sponsor. Because truly, I'm sure for those that are sponsoring easily, and then for those that are noticing those that are sponsoring, it must be kind of like a double-edged sword where they're like, why is this happening so easy for her and why not me? What am I saying? What am I not saying? And truly, it is kind of like an aha moment and a light bulb moment. And I have made a previous video that was in the tips for sponsoring Wrap Up the Season website. If you go there and then you look under the category for booking and sponsoring tips, I think it's like an 18-minute video that is talking about planting seeds and sponsoring. But I thought it was necessary that if you lead a certain way in your mentality, in your frame of mind, regardless if people know what you're thinking or not, somehow, and I do believe this to be true, it's like the law of attraction. What you think about, you bring about, and you put a certain vibe and a certain feel out into the universe in your verbiage, in your tone, in your speech, in your demeanor. And I really feel like when you are genuinely, with integrity, sponsoring for the benefit of the person that you are sponsoring, you are meeting their need hand in hand. You are understanding and listening to what they want out of Style & Dot, not what you want. It starts to go together very quickly. It starts to make sense. It molds. Because the problem that I see, and I've had it on my own team as well, there are plenty of gals on my team that truly signed up just for the discount. And you just have to respect that. That is what they do. And to assume that they will always stay that way is not true, because life happens. Life changes. We do not stay completely the same. I mean, some people are very comfortable, but we will never know where their path is going to go. Even if it's been a predictable path up to this point, we don't know that their path will continue to be that way just because of what happened in their own past or what you have perceived in the past for them. So truly, I have ladies on my team that are girlfriends of mine, that are my stylists on my team, and they are really just about the discount. They will shop when they want at a discount, and that's fine. But you never know. They could go on and end up having children and realizing their corporate jobs don't fit their need anymore and may want to ramp up and really do something with their Style & Dot business. Who knows? But I know when I approach them, of course we would like all of them to be active and qualified at least during their jump start. But guess what? It's not for them. And so we need to respect that as they respect us and what we do and why we do what we do. So truly, I feel like I'm hearing a lot of women stylists specifically saying, I don't understand why she said she was so excited and all of a sudden now she fizzled out. And this is the thing. I really do believe some women will sign up just to shut us up. Because we're asking so much. They figure $200, they know they're going to get a discount, so that's a benefit already. And they're like, in this way, they kind of get you off their back. Because now they're on your team. And if you meant what you said, that they could do a little or a lot, then at this point you should shut up. And I'm just speaking, that's the reality. I'm not trying to be harsh. I'm not trying to say you did that to them, but there will be cases, and I'm sure maybe one or two of the stylists on my team probably signed up just because I asked them one time too many. Who knows? Who knows? They probably will never tell me that or admit it, but they do know that when they signed up, I didn't bother them anymore. So who knows what it is. But truly the ones that want to work, or the ones that see the benefit, the ones that want whatever it is that they want, Alice, Stella, and Dot, will show you in little ways in their action. And you have to pick up on those cues, really be sensitive to seeing what they're doing, what their activity, what they're saying. And then you'll know that those are people that you can compel or motivate or inspire to move forward in their business. And you just have to keep on keeping on. You have to keep looking for the next gal or listening for the next need out of your next customer, your next hostess, your next whoever you meet. Because that opportunity is everywhere, every day. And yes, we can get down, especially when we're trying to meet goals. And it is what it is. You try your best, and you can try even harder when you want to, but sometimes you just kind of have to take a step back, reassess, regroup, and restart again. And that is what this business is all about. It's constantly cyclical. It's consistent behaviors, which I am just as guilty of being very inconsistent in terms of my sales. I can get a lot of outside orders, and I can book shows like crazy, but do all of them coincide together the way they should? Not always. So I just want to put it out there that, ladies, if you are leading with trying to sponsor because you need to meet your goal of sponsoring, and getting frustrated that you sponsored and then they didn't qualify or they didn't go active, or you're saying, well, I'm not going to sponsor that girl because she's already said to me she's not going to do anything with it, so I'm not going to waste my time. I don't want to sponsor someone on my team that isn't going to work. But guess what? That's not your decision. Plain and simple, that's not your decision. If she wants to sign up, it is an injustice to her that you're not willing to sign her up, because we always say that there's an opportunity for every type of stylist, whether it be a part-time hobby seasonal stylist or a full-time director and above stylist like Tish Mefford. It is what they want out of it. Obviously, then you should be smart enough to know not to put so much energy into her, but definitely sign her up. If she wants her discount, give her discount, and be respectful, and let her be included in newsletters or whatever. And when she's ready to jump or move, she'll start to jump and move, and you'll be able to see that. Certain people get motivated by different things. So I don't believe that we can prejudge the same way we're not supposed to prejudge our hostess or prejudge the hostess or actually, I'm sorry, let me correct that. Can't prejudge, but we can't let our hostesses prejudge their who do you know list. Because we tell them all the time, invite everybody. Right? Your neighbor, the person that you see every day but you don't really have a conversation with. It's kind of like an acquaintance, a casual person you come in contact with. Why not invite them? Maybe they're new to the neighborhood. Maybe they need to make friends. You don't know the story. And even if they look like a plain Jane, you don't know what they do, because if you don't even hang out with them, how do you know? Right? So I'm like, don't prejudge. Invite everybody. It's a good time. It's a fun time. I mean, sometimes, you can kind of get a feel, and you can screen, and you can get an idea. But I've been completely duped many times on certain shows where it looked like a sure thing. It looked like it was going to be amazing. The hostess herself sounded amazing. The guest list sounded amazing. And then you get there and it is not amazing. And then the one where you're thinking, oh, I'm not so sure about the situation. It sounds a little creepy, whatever. And then you go and literally it's like $1,000 show. So truly, you have to be safe and secure and know, be smart. If you really have a bad gut feeling, then that is what it is. But same with sponsoring. You want to sponsor with the intent to enhance someone's life, to fill a void, to give them something back, to to, just to inspire. If you are sponsoring with those words and those thoughts in your head, it can never be a bad day. It could never be a bad day. But if you are in your head thinking, I have to have 3 styles because I got to get to director's retreat or whatever it is, which is, of course, you need to get those qualifications. But if that's all you think about while you're sponsoring is that they're just a number that you need to check off, unfortunately, that feeling gets put out in the universe. And I really do believe that somehow manifests itself and it comes out. Even though you don't flat out say it, even if you're bubbly and sweet when you say it, somehow there's an air in there. And I think that what you think about, you bring about. I've said that earlier on in this video. So I encourage you to change your mindset. And if you need to, carry around visual quotes or reminders of why you want to sponsor, why you want to inspire someone to join your team. Because at the end of the day, if you are sponsoring just to sponsor, when they get on your team, it's going to come out that that's all you are. And you find that you have inactivity because these people do not admire you to want to strive to be or do what you do. And so you have to lead by example. And if you're not a person of example, how do you expect anybody else to want to be with you, around you, or anything at all? You know what I mean? So I hope that insight kind of like turns a light bulb on for some people, because I really do think that we have an amazing opportunity to share all this fun girly stuff with everyone all over the land. And I feel like there is an air, especially on Facebook groups, that women are getting, bogged down with this semi-negative thinking, and they're becoming disenchanted. And you also have to know, Jessica Heron has said, this is an efforts in, results out business. Just because you keep thinking about calling 30 people, it's not the same as actually calling 30 people. So when you like, oh, well, I was going to call 30 people and this and that and everything else happened, I just didn't have the time, then you didn't have the time, but there was no effort there. That's all mental. So until you actually do the work, physically do the work, and make it a tangible, consistent activity, you're not doing the work. So don't really believe that all this stuff is just rolling out of other people and they're just having a lucky day and it's just falling in their lap, because it's not. They're working it. You gotta work. This is a work it business, and this is not a get rich quick. So if you understand business practices in general, and I've said this before as well in another video, is that businesses are given 5 years to fail. 5 years. Think about that. 1 year goes by, it's 365 days. That's a lot of days. And they're giving you 5 of those to fail. And then at that point, it's considered a hobby. So if you are trying to make this a real business, it's consistent activity. It truly is. When you go to work every day at your corporate job, you clock in for 40 hours and more hours, and then you clock out. And it's consistent activity. We are doing our own businesses, and we don't get paid until after we put in the effort. Corporate America kind of has a special agreement where they've agreed to pay you a salary bi-weekly or weekly or whatever it is, and you're just required to show up and do whatever work you can do during that week so that you can collect that money at the end of the 2 weeks or whatever. But with us here in direct sales and a lot of commission-based businesses, you have to do the work before you can get the money. There's no promise of guaranteed pay at the end of those 2 weeks. It's what you put out to do to get that pay. And so I urge you to really think about your action and your mental state and do what you need to do to correct your mental state so that you are able to put positive thoughts. And when I say positive, you don't have to be like bubbly-go-lucky, like high on life all day, every day, and be jumping off the wall. But it's just a mental thing that you have to remind yourself in your mind, today will be a beautiful day. Do the things that will bring you joy at the start of your day, and do the work that you need to do. And then when you are, up against a wall of rejection and it's really putting you in a funk, please do stop what you're doing and walk away and do something else to distract your mind, to bring it down, to mellow out, to restart, or give yourself a treat for persevering through that negative activity, and just bring yourself some joy and then go back, because I promise you, you do exude something. I don't know if you ladies remembered my video over the summer. I was going prospecting in the city. Yeah, I think it was in like August when I was trying to hit star. I was like prospecting, I think. Was it August or September? I made a video, and literally I was getting rejected like one lady after the next. Literally, I was on the street walking around inviting women to my style event, and I had worn this scarf as a shirt, and I was totally excited, and I was styling jewels like at H&M. I was meeting customers, and literally after about, it must have been like the 12th rejection, where women were starting to like try to walk faster past me because they could see me on the street, and they were like, oh my God, I don't want her to talk to me. And I was like, you know what, I'm feeling it, and I need to take a break. I need to take a stop. I just need a break. So I literally went into Bath and Body Works, I think, and I was like smelling all the scents, and it brought me back. It smelled so good. And then I ended up buying some soaps, and then I was talking to the girl at the counter, and then had a great response with her. So then I invited her to my style event. So it was like, you just gotta be realistic. It's like you can only do so much in a given period of time. So set up your activities, and just be mindful of your feeling, because if you don't feel great, you're gonna project that somehow in your manner that at that moment. So do something to make yourself feel better, filled with joy, and then move on and move forward. And know that sponsoring is about adding benefit, value, bringing joy. What's in it for them? Because ultimately, at the end of the day, if you focus on what benefits them, it will come back to you. Karma works this way. So if you do for those people, it comes back to you later. It may not come back as quickly as you would like. It's not instantaneous gratification all the time. But I promise you, if you lead with a clear conscience and a mind of genuine concern and reach for those people, it will come back to you. So I hope that was inspiring or enlightening in some way. Excuse my disheveled look this morning. Literally, it's Manic Monday. I barely have a face on as it is. I need to wax my eyebrows. My hair is a hot mess. But I just felt like I need to get this video out because it is the beginning of November, and I want everyone to be successful and to be in good spirits, and just know that you are not alone. We are all out there working and planting seeds, and your day will come. Believe it, and you will achieve it. And just surround yourself with what you need to surround yourself with to be able to move forward. All right, ladies, so have a great day. And again, feel free to message me on Facebook or comment or whatnot. And we'll talk more soon. Have a great day.